Hello children, good morning to you all. Hope you have understood the part of the poem yesterday. I taught you only half or less than half the poem. Yes, the frog and the nightingale. Today we are going to continue with the same explanation of remaining part. We are going to continue with the explanation of the remaining part of the poem. So let us start it. Hmm. So, our topic is the frog and the nightingale. The frog and the nightingale. Yesterday I taught you that there was a frog who lived in a bog. Bog means marshy land, wet land. And by nature, frog always croaks day and night. And it thought its croaking is a melodious song. Understand? It felt proud of itself and it just tried to sing its song whole day and night. Croaking. Croaking is sound of the frog's voice. Frog sound is called croaking. Then what happened one day, nightingale, the bird which is very famous for its uh, melodious voice, sweet voice, it came over there. It came there and it started singing. And within short time, within few days, almost all the animals of the bog became the fans of the nightingale. Because the nightingale sang so sweetly that within few days they all became the fans. It was like a spell, जादू कर गई उसका वॉइस ना उन पर जादू कर गई. Like a spell it was on them. So it was not liked by the frog. So frog grew jealous of the nightingale. So it had a wicked plan in its mind. It thought it should make her agree to its proposal and I should spoil her voice, thought the frog. So one day morning, frog introduced himself as the musician of the bog. And he said that he sings so well that he can train the nightingale also to sing well. The nightingale got ready to get trained to become still specialized in music. But the intention of the frog was different. It wanted to cause harm to the nightingale's voice. That the nightingale, poor nightingale, innocent nightingale did not know. So it agreed. So very next day their classes began. In those classes, early morning they started singing. And they practiced for 6 hours. The nightingale said, in such a cool weather I can't sing. My voice will get affected. Then the frog said, it's not like that. You can sing, your voice becomes more better. Still better, if you practice with me, forcibly took it out of the house. Understand? Then they started singing for 6 hours. The nightingale was shivering with cold weather, and its voice started quivering, means shaking. Understand? Horos, the voice became horos, means what? Very harsh it became. Understand? Not very melodious to listen. But even then, what the frog said, it is just like it is beginning. One day you will be okay. Then the frog agreed, and the nightingale agreed, and this thing went on. But because of the extremely cold weather, the tree, which tree is mentioned here, mm, sumac tree, was overloaded with the birds. They took shelter on the tree. Here, so many names were mentioned in the poem. They all took shelter on the tree, sumac tree, because they were deprived of sleep because of the cold weather. Understand? They were very, very sad because of that weather. So they took shelter there. And the female birds with their crowns on their heads looked very beautiful. Anyways, they were staying there. But the song of these two, frog and the nightingale, was not melodious to all. And whenever the nightingale tried to stop singing, the frog forced it to sing, saying that he had to owe her. Owe him means he had to give him 60 shillings more for tuition fees. So, more than anything else, they have to think of the billing, shilling, money, how much they collect. So, you told it to show your talent. You show your talent in singing. Understand? You. So, it started singing, but you give them something sharper and snappier, which could be very loud to their ears. But actually, music cannot be loud to anybody's. It should be soft and sweet. Understand? Day by day, the nightingale grew more sorrowful and pale. Singing in such a cool weather, day by day, the nightingale grew more weak. Pale means weak. Night and night, her tired song zipped and trilled and bounced along till the birds and beasts grew tired at a voice so uninspired, and the ticket of his gross crashed. So, the such a voice of the nightingale, she was very much tired of singing, so she could not bring out any melodious voice. So this jipped, is just like locked, frozen. They sat in one place, though they don't want to listen also. Understand? The birds and the animals grew tired of listening to the nightingale song. But in the beginning, they were very much fond of her voice. So, because now the voice of the nightingale is not inspiring them, they were unable to like it. It was so harsh and not a melodious at all. And because of this, the animals and the birds stopped gathering for the musical night. This crashed the ticket office. Total means collection. Means what happened? If we go, then only we will pay for the ticket and buy the ticket. No. If you don't go, it cannot happen. That's how they stopped going, and it affected their, what to say, a collection of money also. So the nightingale grew more sad, for her ears were now addicted to applause quite unrestricted. So when she sang, they started applauding. Applauding means what? Praising somebody's talent by clapping the hands. But now her ears were addicted. She is used to. She was addicted means she was habituated to such a song. But now what? Now they were unable to bear her songs. They were unable to bear her songs. They were so harsh and not even melodious. So they stopped coming over there. So simply coming, singing and going, it did not give any happiness to Nightingale also. Because she was used to, she was habituated to applauds, claps from the audience. And to sing into the night all alone gave no delight. In this way, when all did not stopped coming, all animals and birds stopped coming to the bog to listen to her song. When they stopped, it was very difficult for her alone to sing the whole night. All alone, it did not give any happiness to her. See, children, it is the same thing for us now. You are not in front of us. When you are in front of us, you listen to our teaching, you ask the doubts and all. It is a great pleasure for the teachers to teach in that way. Here, one-way traffic, like we are teaching, we don't know whether you are listening properly or not. Some are listening, some are not even getting the phones. You have your own problems. So, it does not give us any happiness to teach like this actually. Understand? But we are trying our level best. So, singing all alone without any audience did not give any happiness to the nightingale. Now the frog puffed up with rage. Rage means anger. Understand? Frog was angry with the nightingale now. Actually, nightingale's fault was not at all there. Brainless bird, you are on the stage. Use your wits and follow fashion. You are brainless, stupid. You are on the stage to sing. Use all your talent, all your brain, and use the fashion, that means the way, how the people like, the correct manner, and make the people happy. Use your wits and follow fashion. Puff your lungs out, puff your lungs out with your passion. Means you please puff up, swell out your lungs with passion, with all the strength to get for singing. Trembling, terrified to fail, blind with tears, the nightingale heard him out in silence, tried, puffed up, burst a vein, and died. So he was having tears in the eyes. The nightingale was having tears. He could not sing. Chest was paining so much. It says puff up your lungs means how helpless it was. It was trembling and terrified, afraid of the frog, and it tried to puff up its, what to say, lungs. In silence it tried, but what happened? The vein of the lungs, in the lungs, burst and it died. Understand? Said the frog, I tried to teach her, but she was a stupid creature. For too nervous, for too tense, for too prone to influence. Well, poor bird, she should have known that your song must be your own. That's why I sing with panic. Coo. And the foghorn of the frog blared unrivaled through the bog. So, what she was blaming, the frog was blaming the nightingale only. What he said, the stupid nightingale, I tried to help her. I tried to, what to do? I tried to train her up, but she did not follow my instructions. And she was very, very tensed and always in a tension. She did not learn. So, prone to influence means forced to follow. The poor bird, she did not remember that her own song is hers. We cannot follow others. We cannot copy others. Whatever our original talent is, that ours. So we should not blindly follow anybody. Though they tell us that they are very good, they will help us and all, when you come to know in one day that they are really not in a mood to help you, instead they are going to cause harm to you. When you come to know about it, you have to slowly move away from them. Understand? But instead, this nightingale, being very innocent, it followed the frog blindly, and one day it was died. Understand? And the frog, why the frog did all this? She did not want any rival. Rival means competitor. The nightingale was singing better than the frog. So, if this nightingale continues singing properly means, so sweetly means, nobody will listen to my voice. So, I should drive away this nightingale from here, thought, and frog guided the nightingale in a wrong path. And the blindly nightingale followed her instructions and one day met with great loss. She lost even her life also. So what we learn through this, and nightingale and the frog happily continued singing in the bog, because now there was no competitor, there was no rival for her. Understand? So that children, what we learn through this story is, we should not believe anybody blindly, first thing. Second thing, we should always try to follow our own originality. We should not blindly follow others. Why? Whether they are rich or we are poor, or whether they are clever, we are dull, no matter. We should not think all these things. Whatever we are, we are. We try in our own way to improve ourselves, but not copying others. If we copy from others, it will cause harm to us. That's what we learned through this lesson, the frog and the nightingale. Here our teaching part is completed, and by today we have completed everything in this lesson. Meanings over, question answers over. So being a poem, we don't have anything much to do with this. No grammar, nothing. So here we stop. Thank you, children.